Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about easy supplements that you can take over the counter that can actually improve your overall eye health. Now, before I go into that, let's discuss how you can connect with us. I'm Dr. Julie Steinauer, and my clinic is Vision for Life and Success. If you're local to us, give us a call at 618-288-1489. If you're not local, you can go to our website at visionforlifeworks.com, and you'll have a couple of options, but the best option is to schedule a consultation, particularly if you know that the next step for you is to find out how we can help you with your vision. Schedule a consultation and then we'll meet and talk about how I can help you directly. Now, let's talk about these items that I have sitting in front of me and how they can actually improve the overall health of your eyes. Well, we know that certain vitamins and supplements are really great. So for instance, if someone has the possibility or maybe even has macular degeneration, there's going to be a long list of vitamins that are really important for you to take. But we're talking about overall well-being and health of the eyes before we kind of get to that point. And in particular, even things like dry eyes or conditions that end in itis, I-T-I-S. I-T-I-S or itis is, when you tack that onto the end of a word, it basically means inflammation. And so the area of the eye that is inflamed is going to be the first part of that word. So if we've got uveitis, if we've got keratitis, it tells us what area of the eye is actually inflamed. If you've got dry eye, that's a general inflammation of the front surface of the eye. So these supplements can help with that. And I'm going to walk you through a couple that I think are good and also tell you there's some new research about linking the inflammation in your gut or intestines to the inflammation in the eye and why you want to be thinking about taking a prebiotic or a probiotic. So let's first talk about a tried and true vitamin that everybody knows about, which is vitamin C. And this is just a great one for overall health and well-being, but it's also great for the overall health of your eyes. Many different types are out there for you to get. I tend to like to take the ones that are higher dosage. So this one that I have is going to be about 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C in one gel cap, or not gel cap, but veggie cap. And typically for adults, you can take anywhere from like 2,000 to 6,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily, even for kids. If you're sick, you can even up that to closer to 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, but like a normal kind of daily regular dose, 2,000 to 6,000 is really pretty good. And it just is overall health and well-being, but also for your eyes. Now that's the traditional one. We're going to put that one off to the side. Now we're going to talk about anti-inflammatories and other things. So in the realm of the anti-inflammatories, this particular type that I use is just in our area. We have a kind of a store close to us that is a natural type of store where I can get supplements, vitamins, and they even have some groceries and things there. So this one you may not be able to find because it is branded to that store, but I want to tell you what's in it because that's important. So it has boswellia, bromelain, quercetin, curcumin, devil's claw, yucca root, and alfalfa. And if those names are kind of like, oh my gosh, I have to take like 6, 7, whatever, however many different things that was. Well, a lot of times you can find that in an anti-inflammatory, just kind of like this formula is called Inflamease or Inflamease. So like easing it and getting rid of it. But you can also find these separate, which I don't necessarily recommend that you do that. The ones that are really more important here probably are going to be like your curcumin or turmeric. Those are ones that are going to cause a lot of like anti-inflammation throughout the body. So it's going to decrease that inflammation. It's really going to help you overall ease your intestines. And again, it has something to do with like dryness or any inflammatory conditions with your eyes. So that's a good one. Now let's talk about prebiotics and probiotics, because we do know that there's a link between intestinal gut health, and if it's inflamed, then we might have inflammation, or we will have inflammation in the eyes. So if that's the case, we probably need to be on prebiotics and probiotics. So I'm going to kind of show you what I take for that. So this is it's called Intestinal Repair by Barleans. It is a yes, a prebiotic. And so this is one that you kind of scoop it out, mix it with a drink, and drink it down. And that has a lot of beneficial bacteria to replace what might be faulty or not beneficial within your intestinal tract. So it sets up your intestinal tract to be more healthy. And then a probiotic, I really like this one. Dr. McCullough's Complete Probiotics is a great one. It has an entire list on the back of all kinds of things that are included in it. It's a pretty high dosage, so if you look at them, you can see like which ones have a higher dose. They have some that will say 50 billion strains or 50 billion CFU. There's some that will say like 5 or 15. The higher the billion CFUs, that's like more strains of good bacteria that you're putting into your gut. And we all have bacteria. We all have like even viruses and things that are in our intestines naturally. It's when the overgrowth of the bad ones kind of they get out of control, that it becomes a problem for our general health and well-being. And so keeping good ones around in there by taking them by mouth, this is like a veggie cap, then you're basically ensuring that you promote your good bacteria to be running in that intestinal tract and keeping you healthy and not letting the bad bacteria kind of like take over. So I like, again, for a prebiotic and a probiotic to take something for that. Now, the next one is also an anti-inflammatory type of veggie cap that you can be taking. It is known as Soursop. The technical term for that is graviola, and I'm just going to kind of show you that one. So Soursop is a really interesting type of a plant. It's been found to have like really high levels of anti-inflammatory capabilities. It helps with a lot of things. If you go do a deep dive and research about that, man, you're going to find tons of really great information, and probably you'll wonder like, why are you not taking it? Like almost everybody maybe should be taking it. But this is one that really promotes good intestinal health, overall health and well-being. And again, because of the link with the intestines and the visual, with the eye and inflammation, we know it will help you to have better vision overall and eye health. Now, the last ones that I want to go through, I have a couple different options here maybe on my desk, and I want to show you that Colloidal Silver is another one that I really truly love for overall well-being and general health. But there are some very cool and unique things that you can utilize colloidal silver for when it comes to the eyes. So there are many different formularies, and this is one, it's called Colloidal Silver Spray by Trace Minerals. They make a great one. I actually have a friend who makes a great product. Go check out Angelica's silvertherapeutics.com. Just a little push and plug for her because she's amazing and she makes these herself. And so there's spray options. There are some that you can use that are droppers to drop in your mouth or drop in a drink and swallow down. Colloidal silver, another one you really want to do a deep dive in and look at information on, because there's tons of amazing things that colloidal silver helps with. And this video is way too short to show all the things that colloidal silver helps with, but it will help you, it will help your kids, it will even help your pets if you want to spray a little spray in their water bowl. But many uses. You can use it topical if you happen to have some sort of a skin reaction or a problem. That's really not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about what the visual aspect is. They even have one to spray right into the nose for the overall health and well-being. So what I would recommend is kind of a 2-dosed approach. If you're using this for overall health and well-being, spray it in the mouth, squirt it in the nose. But if you want to use it for your eyes, this is where it gets interesting. So if you have a conjunctivitis, which is, again, the conjunctive part is conjunctiva, which means a surface area, kind of like a lining of the eye on the front surface of the eye. And if that gets inflamed, because it has itis at the end, you can have a viral or a bacterial conjunctivitis. And those are like, okay, if it's bacterial, you know, Bacteria, not so great. Viral, oh, not so great. Bacteria, you're usually going to be getting an antibiotic from your doctor to resolve that. You might have some discharge and some watery eyes, maybe even some red eyes. Usually with like a bacterial conjunctivitis, it's going to be really thick, kind of gunky mucus that's coming out of the eye. And again, most of the time, an antibiotic is something that's prescribed for that. A viral conjunctivitis is going to be more like, it's more like, you've got a cold and kind of settled in the eyes. And so you might have itchy, really red, kind of diffusely, and like really watery eyes. Not so much the kind of gunky, yellowish green, mucusy stuff that's going to come out with the bacterial conjunctivitis. So for viral conjunctivitis or bacterial, you can actually use colloidal silver as opposed to a prescription medication like an antibiotic. Now, if you have an ulcer, we're not talking about corneal ulcers in this, we're talking about conjunctivitis. So let's be careful about that. But with a conjunctivitis, what you can do is you can wash your hands, spray a little bit on your finger, and you can wipe it in the lower eyelid. And if you do that a couple times a day, it will clear up your conjunctivitis pretty fast. In fact, it might even clear it up within 24 hours. Again, whether that's viral or bacterial in nature. If it happens to be viral and is related to like, stuffy head, stuffy nose, or bacteria and is related to stuffy head, stuffy nose with a sinus infection, then you definitely want to add like the spray up the nose, because that's going to help. The sinuses, the way that they are located in here, they kind of butt up against or marry up against the orbit of the eye. And so if they're all filled up with gunky stuff like mucus and bacteria, that sometimes is why you're going to get it into the eyes, because it's kind of right next to each other, and so it'll go right into the eyes. So the spray for the eye, spray in the throat if you happen to have like a sore throat, and then the spray up the nose gets better into the sinuses to help it for like a sinus infection that's maybe spread to the eyes as a bacterial conjunctivitis. Whew, lots of stuff. Hopefully this was a good one. Again, you can contact our office at 618-288-1489. If you want to go to our website at visionforlifeworks.com and either take a quiz, look at our success stories, or schedule a consultation with me, please click that button to schedule a consultation. If you haven't done so already, click the like button and definitely subscribe so that you don't miss any of our videos. Thank you.